Hello friends and comrades, it's me, Mummy Brown, and welcome to Builders of Egypt Prologue. So this is a brand new game that's just hit Steam this month, and right now it's in kind of an early access demo thing, which I think is what the Prologue stands for. So you can actually find it and try it on Steam for free, which I think is really cool, because a lot of the times you just pay full price for early access, and this is really nice. So yeah, let's just take a dive into the whole thing and get our first impression. I already like this main menu a lot. It's really cool, and the vibe of it is giving me everything I want from a game like this. The music is really good, and I think the UI is very minimalist, but already giving me cool stuff. All right, let's just start this. Ooh, are we gonna get a voice reading this like in Pharaoh? Oh, I guess we're not. Let's take a look at the first Egyptians established arable fields mainly for spelt, barley, and date palm because their meals were based on bread and beer. I love that, like, whenever a game that's set in history gives you historical information, I think that's really cool. Cattle, pigs, goats, sheep, and goats. Wait. Cattle, pigs, goats, sheep, and goats are weird, but okay. Let's just cool. There's a lot of information here. There is a lot of information here. That's really cool, but we're just gonna skip this right now if that's okay with you. But I will definitely be reading this later. I also like that this seems to be an actual, like, it's sourced. It's a shame that you can't click this and it would just like open a little browser window off to the side or something, but I do like that they actually give you sources here, which is nice. Alright, let's see what this game does. Ineb-Hedj, glorious capital for Kemet. The ruler of Upper Egypt, King Narmer, conquered Lower Egypt and united the kingdom of the Nile. He's great. Now the country needs capital. Or does it need a capital? King Aha! Narmer's successor sends you to Memphis, Ineb-Hedj, to supervise the construction of this magnificent city. I think that's also one of the earlier cities in Pharaoh, which, you know, if it's a historical game, you can't really make, like, just come up with different cities. But yeah, cool. Win conditions, that's nice. Cool. Okay, so this is a tutorial, and we're just gonna learn together. So let's take a look. Click on the right arrow or press spacebar. Right, we're gonna be pressing spacebar. In ancient Egypt, the idea of currency was unknown. The work was paid for with bread and beer. Oh, I love this. A lot of the time, historically based games will always have some kind of money that you need to be paying people. And it just, like, money just didn't always rule the world. So I really like this. I mean, even in medieval times, you would have peasants wouldn't really pay their taxes with money as much as they would pay their taxes with food, and like a bushel of grain was a standard of currency for longer, I think, in human history than actually coins. Someone look that up. Don't quote me on that without looking it up, but yeah, I think that's the case. To simplify this, mechanics treat these resources as the cost of placing buildings and exchanging wares. Okay, cool. So basically our currency are beer and bread. I love that. Mainly from trading and collecting taxes, but these are not a reliable source of income, so make sure you do not run out of them, because in such a situation you will not be able to further. Okay, cool. Settlement development. If you just heard that, that was my cat shaking his head, making the bell ring. The settlement development should start with designing a grid of streets. Select a road from the building list and place a street where you will be building your settlement. Remember that the first basic resource is water, so it's best practice to build a settlement along the river. Well, we have a river here. By the way, the graphics are lovely. You can just see the cells of the textures, like you can kind of see, you can tell that there's a grid in the water, for example. But I think it's really nice. It's really nice. But yeah, you can kind of see the pattern in the waves there. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm trying to keep in mind that I'm meant to be reviewing. I don't think these are the kinds of things that I usually notice when I'm playing on my own. Okay, so we're placing a road. This was house and road, and now we're just... Oh, this is giving me Pharaoh flashbacks all over again, with the road just kind of going whoop. I think we can only build where the arrows are, because the rest is giving us red. So Let's just do that. Just listen to what the game is telling us. Oh no, that wasn't... What's happening? Alright, select a house. Oh, now there's a house. Oh, there's also shortcuts. Shortcut B. Okay. Remember that buildings must be built like this. If you build the building off the road, it will not work and may collapse over time. Alright, so this is a road-based city builder. I love that. Can we rotate it? We can. Okay. Let's try to do a little bit of a pattern here that looks nice. Putting in way too much time into putting down these houses. But also the rotating makes it go, it makes it move around, which I'm not sure if I like, but nope. You do you, house. There we go, that looks lovely. I'm an artist. Okay, the buildings placed like this will encourage immigrants to settle in your city if it has sufficiently high levels of satisfaction, which, as you notice in the later game, is not easy to achieve. The arrival of the first inhabitants is announced by a message in the bottom right corner. Remember, you can always demolish your buildings. Refund depends on the level of difficulty. Note that removing buildings at a later state can be tricky, as you can shatter the delicate economic balance. Not shattering the delicate economic balance. What's the... There was little exclamation marks, but they're gone. Let's practice demolition on this road, because we don't need it. Okay. Look at the camera. The camera is just telling me, focus! The camera's just like, look, you've got it right here. Don't go away. Okay, thanks, camera, for letting me... Look at this camera. It's not letting me leave. I'm trying to scroll away, and it's just pushing me back. Okay. Buildings need to be protected against fires. This is Pharaoh flashbacks. Select a fire station from the building list and put it near your existing buildings. So we've got administrative buildings. I should look through this. Oh, look. It even looks a little bit reminiscent of that. Note that after clicking on the fire station range icon in the bottom right corner, a filter will appear. Where? Where do I click on the... Where's the bottom right corner of the fire station range? Oh, I guess it's down here, but it's grayed out. Cool. The filter, blah, blah, blah. We know how filters work, right? The building protects buildings from fire, but remember that the effectiveness of the protection reduces as the distance increases. Okay. So... Okay. Cool. It is a high time to look at the buildings you have constructed. Use right mouse button to select house. Right mouse button doesn't do anything, but I selected it with left mouse button before. The details of the building will be displayed. There's some typos there. You guys, developers, if you're watching this, hire me. I do writing in games, and also I do English good. So yeah, hire me. I'm unemployed. If you look from the top, you will notice the things listed below. Current warnings, name of the building, level of the building, the capacity of the house, and the number of available workers, risk of disasters. Okay, cool. This is all the stuff that we love, that we know and love. I think this is really cool because I don't like it if the games try to reinvent the wheel. And when a game did something well in the past, I like the advice of the guy who runs Spiderweb Software. His name escapes me right now. But he said, take 80% of the game that worked and change it by 20% in your next incarnation of the game. And I feel like a lot of city builders try to completely reinvent the wheel, and it's a bit alienating. And this feels just familiar enough that I'm like, oh, I love it. But also it's new and exciting and 3D and colorful and beautiful. So I think this is really well done. Note that each house has its own range. Okay? Cool. I love that houses have a range because, you know, that's not the case in the old things, in the old classic Impression city builders. It's worth considering building a work camp, which is mostly... Oh, okay, so a work camp in this game will kind of be like a stopgap for workers or something. In order to upgrade the house, the well should be placed in accordance with the requirements we have just observed. Build a well in close range of the houses. Alright, let's build a well. Oh, look at that. It's almost out of range of that house. The house will now be upgraded if it's been completely occupied, but is by the road and meets all the conditions. Remember that if there's something missing from the previous level in the next level of the house will be degraded. I don't think degraded is the word to use there. Down to the previous level after a while. Okay, cool. Look at this! Oh, they're now fancy and big. Or bigger, you know, they're no longer tents. I love this. I love this. Look at how nice they look. Presumably once it's, you know, more further into the development, there will be variations of the houses. I'm not really bothered by that. So just, you know, if you're a person who's watching and you're like, why are all the houses the same? I think they'll probably make them different. Cool. Each city needs an organized production for its growth, starting from the production of basic resources necessary for the upgrades of the houses. Okay. Ware production. Clay pit. Build a clay pit in the available space. Make sure that it's within range of the houses and that there's road in nearby space. Sure. Cool. A clay pit. I don't know how I should have turned that, but I guess I should have turned it. Yeah, I should have turned it not that way. I'm not pleased with what we've done here. Oh look, there's a naked man. Oh, he's wearing something. Okay. Production buildings have a minimum number of employees below which they won't start working, and with a maximum they reach 100 efficiency. Okay. Production of the wares may require the construction of more than one building within the production chain. We love that. Finished wares are stockpiled into stockpile. Let's build one of those. Stockpile does not have a predefined range and can pick up orders from the other end of the map. Therefore, you can control the stockpile policy by clicking the right mouse button on the building. Again, right mouse button doesn't do much. Left mouse button is the one that does it. Presumably this was a later change, so, you know, I'm not fussed. Again, this is very early access, and I'm loving everything we've had so far. Yes! Okay, we stand. I love this. Yes. To complete one typical production chain, build a brick maker. The manufactured bricks are one of the most popular tradable wares in the game. Oh, that's a bit... So far the tutorial has mostly been like, you know how tutorials are like semi in character or whatever? But yeah, this like in the game language sometimes can be a bit jarring. Okay, so we do a brick maker. Some production buildings require specific conditions or locations. Well must be placed by the river, quarries by the hills, and woodcutters require forest, which may be depleted. Cool. Remember that buildings within a single production chain must have been connected to the same road network in order to be able to supply each other with the products using the stock. Roads are mainly used by the stockpile and granary workers, so keep roads connected if you want to transport wares in an efficient way. Cool. The inhabitants need food to improve their houses. As before, we need to create another production chain. Each subsequent upgrade of the house has its own different requirements. Okay. Oh, cool. Needed for upgrade access to one type of food. Cool. Build a fishing wharf. Let's start fishing. Also, here's a question. Does bread also count as a food, or does it only count as a currency? The food produced has to be stored in a granary, where it will be distributed further. Okay, a granary. I love this. Oh, I should have rotated it. Bazaars! Bazaars are here! Okay, so basically, like, the more that we play of this game, the more I am loving it. This is what we wanted, right? Can be used to build a monument if the mission requires it, or it can be traded away. Okay, region map. Ooh, whoa. Okay, I love this. Whoa, that's a bit fast. Also, I would like to zoom out a bit, but it's not letting me, so this is as much as we can zoom. Okay, our city's over here. You're on the region map. You'll find your settlement on the map and then other settlements. You can only make contacts with some of them at the beginning, but this will change depending on your mission. Okay, cool. Right click on the selected settlement. To open a trade route, select Abydos. Where is Abydos? Abydos. Oh, it's just a little village. This is currently the only city you can trade with. Then click Open Trade Route. The trade route has been opened. From time to time, a trader or a ship will come to the city to exchange their wares. At the beginning of each year, the amount is reset. We know how that works. If a trader exchanges all their goods, they'll not arrive again until the next one. You must first determine whether you want to import, export, or do nothing. Okay, cool. Click the economy tab. Oh, look at that. We can trade. Okay, this is really cool. The goods you already produce and can export to Abydos are bricks. Change your policy on bricks to export. So, bricks are over there. Export. Excellent! If you want to keep your bricks in a specific stockpile, you can set it in its options in the information card. Knowing the basics of the game, you can focus on completing the mission. To recall the conditions of victory, go back to the general tab. Look at that! I love this. Okay, I'm absolutely loving this. So we need to gather bread, which I think has been said that it's a tax thing. Export bricks, gather pottery, gather dwellers. Cool. Nope, no, escape doesn't do the right thing. How do I return back to where I was? Oh, there's a little thing there. Cool. These are the most essential rules of the Builders of Egypt game. The tutorial will be expanded as new elements of the game, with new elements as the game develops. Cool. Close region map. Boop. Oh, we're back. What's the problem? Workers too. Maybe we need to add more workers, right? So, how do I see? There's a fire station cover map, healthcare, where? Nope, that's main menu. Message tab, incoming dwellers. Yay! Okay, escape, that really is a bit distracting because I like to close menus with escape and it doesn't do that. So this doesn't have enough workers. Presumably we want more workers to move in. I don't know why we left so much space here, so I'm just gonna say, okay, let's add these guys. And I don't think they're in... Oh, maybe I've put them too far away from that well. Can the well exist here? Okay, yeah, it can. Can we just have the well over here? Or does the well also need to be next to the road? Because I know that I'm constantly talking about the older games, but in those games, the wells don't need to be next to a road. Let's just do this. And then I'm gonna place a well right in the middle, smack dab in the middle, and then I would also like to put a house down. Shortcut B. Let's try to remember some of these shortcuts. I always like to. There we go. So hopefully this means people are gonna move in. Is everything in range of? Wait, what else did it need to be in range of? There's the fire station. It does say, I do like that it fades out. You see how like it's green here and then it just fades out. So maybe we'll need to make another fire station. Oh, buildings of cultural heritage. A plaza, a decorative palm. Love that. Plaza. Oh wow, plaza is big. Don't know if okay. Sanitary ware production. Oh, we can have a potter. That's cool. House and road. I don't even know if it was wise to do this. Maybe we should have just expanded that way. Because, you know, then... yeah, I think it was unwise what I did here. It was unwise. Can we speed up the game somehow? Oh, there's settings down here. Let's put it on 2 speed for now. A shrine! Look at that, we could build a shrine. I'm gonna build it right here. It's so nice. I guess bread doesn't count as a food. It counts as a currency, and like if you think about it, like even people here who don't have access to what counts in-game as a food, you know, they still need to eat something. So I guess that's kind of what the bread does. Ooh, who dat? What is that? Oh, it's a trader. Oh, he's just running. He doesn't have a caravan. He just straight up is running. Look at him. Look at him go. He wants to buy all our bricks. Okay, wait, let's review the mission description. We need to export bricks, we need to gather pottery, and we need to get more dwellers. Alright, I think we can make pottery, right? So, presumably what we want is under ware production. Ooh, we can make a farm. Okay, under ware production, we can make a potter. But first, let's get maybe another clay pit. I don't know how many things a single clay pit can. Oh, there's not a lot of clay areas that we can use. So I guess we'll just have 2 clay pits there. And we rotate that one, or will that look weird? I hope they're in range of the workers. Also, are you guys fishing? Do we need to maybe add another fishing wharf? Oh look, there's not really a lot of places where we could fish. We just have the one fishing wharf. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes. We finished a tutorial, but I would like to actually keep playing and complete this prologue, just to get a really good first impression. I'm gonna skip a lot of it unless something notable happens, just so this video doesn't get too long. And then in the end, we can do a little summary and note anything else that we noticed on the way. And I actually wanted to check these numbers. Like, you know, when... I think that means how many workers there are that don't have a job, the number on the left. That kind of makes sense, right? Milestone! Settlement! Oh, there's just no text. Okay, cool. All the farms have to be back there. Yeah, I really have a feeling that we should have built these houses. I mean, I guess they have a pretty long reach. Okay, cool. Let's build some farms, just so that people don't starve. Does that work if it's just 1/2 of the farm is on there? Also, I want to rotate it. Sorry. Let's demolish. Is that too many farms? Am I overdoing it? Am I being extra? You know what? Let's just go with 2 farms for now. And give me the road. What's the road? T. Road is T. That's the first one I remembered. I'm quite pleased with that. Right, let's see if we can speed the game up a little bit more. Oh, 6 times. Ooh, that's maybe too many. Let's see. We have a lot of clay, and we're not necessarily using all of it. So that means that maybe we could have actually... Maybe we can add another person. Oh, look, these houses upgraded again. Do we need to do anything here with Abydos? No, I think this is just... Are we exporting bricks? Are we making bricks? Brick maker. What's your damage? Are you making bricks? Oh, they need straw. Well, that wasn't mentioned to us. Ooh, what's this? These people run out of food? Yeah, they've run out of food. Alright, so hopefully, maybe it is a good idea that we have more farms. Wages were paid. Ah, we're running out of money. Make the bricks. Make the bricks, dude. Oh, it's flooded. Okay, so the Nile floods in this game. That's good to know. Didn't find that out in the thing. Okay, looks like we probably don't need the thing. Let's see if we can we collect some kind of rudimentary tax? Sanitary, ware production, faith. Oh, stockpile, granary, bazaar, fire station. No, we can't collect tax. Yet. Okay, so we aren't making bricks for some reason, but we can sell clay to Abydos to at least not, you know, have the deficit that we have right now. So let's hope that fixes it. Oh no, look at that. We are so in debt. Wares were bought. Yay. Okay. Wares are being bought. So at least that's something. Okay, we got straw. Okay, so I just needed to make sure that this was connected by the road so that these guys could get there in time, I guess. And then the straw is going to go in there and we are going to get our very first bricks. Alright, cool. Good. Very good. This is a really cool thing. This wasn't really covered in the tutorial, but I just noticed it. Like, I got a message like, oh, you can send goods. And it's like, Abydos is requesting something. I don't know exactly what we get in return, but let's send it and see what happens. Oh, cool. So if you complete the thing, he gives you some stuff in return. That's nice. That's cool. Oh, can we send pottery? Is that request still open? Oh yeah, we can, because we're not using pottery. Excellent. This is cool. Actually get some money. Alright, we're well on our track for victory. I think this is kind of the final form that this town is going to take. I think it's pretty cool actually. But one thing that I did notice was that the frame rate really did take quite a hit, especially when there's a lot of buildings on screen. It doesn't generally go really slowly. If you zoom in, it actually speeds up quite a bit. But yeah, if you look at like things from up close, it's really nice. There isn't really a big frame rate issue. And I mean, especially if you're looking at nothing, it's also nice, obviously. But if you look at your town, then you can see the frame rate really starts to drop quite significantly. And that's a bit unfortunate just because I know that, like, obviously cities are going to be much bigger than this. And I've actually had to lower my graphic settings already to get this. So I am not looking forward to having a really big town in terms of frame rate. But yeah, it's just something to look out for. In terms of performance optimization, I'm sure that we're going to get a lot of that as the game gets more developed. So I wouldn't worry about it too much right now. Yay! Victory! Alright, so we are victorious. And that looks like that's it for the prologue. I quite enjoyed this taste of what's looking to be a really great and enjoyable game. Overall, I think it has just the right amount of elements that harken directly back to the classic Impression Studio city builders, which I think are still the bar against which many city builders of this nature are being measured, even though it's been more than 20 years since those games came out. I've said before that I'm not a huge fan of developers trying to reinvent the wheel when it comes to certain features, and this game so far has shown that it knows exactly which elements to pick from and on which to innovate, which I think is something that a lot of modern city builders really struggle with. That being said, I am really excited to see how the gameplay of Builders of Egypt will deepen as more features are added. There are definitely some areas of the classic city builders that were held back by technical limitations, so I'm really excited to see what a 2020 city builder can do with those same building blocks. The only real problem that I've had so far is the optimization. The frame rate drop was pretty significant, to the point that when placing certain buildings, I actually fell into single digits, but I'm hopeful that that will improve going forward. Aside from the frame rate issue, I found it was really easy to fall into debt. But I'm going to, for now, ascribe that to my initial bad choices while playing and not poor balancing, but I would keep an eye on that as the game evolves. I think with city builders, it's really hard to balance between wanting the player to be creative with their choices and giving a degree of challenge in terms of managing the economy. Some players prefer more of a challenge while others like a bit more flexibility. I, for one, am excited to see what Strategy Labs have in store for us with Builders of Egypt. I'm definitely going to be playing it on this channel as it gets new updates, so if you're interested, stick around, do the thing. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to do all the things you do when you've enjoyed a video, and I'm also popping up some stuff on screen that you can check out. I mostly play other city builders and management games, so if you're into that, check it out. Thanks for watching, and don't let the apocalypse get you down. See you around!